Hi guys, this is our Tiny Time survey where you're going to look at your where you completed occupational search inventory test and also a job outlook quiz. The purpose of today is you're going to research a little bit about yourself and how this data can relate to your future occupations and the subjects that you pick here at Tiny Senior College. So this is an important lesson. Please make sure you're paying attention because I'm going to go through quite a bit of stuff, and you're going to need to pay attention. First of all, Moresby data. All of you from your respective feeder schools, the Year 9 schools, should have this data. You should have it on you, and if you don't, your teachers will be giving it out to you today. Hopefully, anyway. Wishful thinking. So what that does, it measures your verbal, numerical, and abstract aptitudes, and your interests and all that kind of stuff, and how that can relate to an occupation. So that's one of the tests that you've done already. You'll also complete a job outlook test, as we can see here. The link's here, it's not loading at the moment. You click on that and you'll complete a test or a career quiz. But the biggest one that I want to go through today is the occupational search inventory test. It will be here. At the moment it's not loading, and then we've got the answer sheet. The first part, we're going to go through the test together. So let's have a look. As you can see, I'll scroll all the way to the top. So just before I do that, I do want to premise that this is all leading into a project that you're going to complete. It's the Occupation and Me project, which you can see right here. This will be your first assessment for Tiny Time in Term 1. It's a compulsory task, so don't think, oh, this doesn't sound like that is for me, I'm just going to skip it. You need to do it before moving on to your career action plan. Career action plan, you ask, what is it? Well, you need to complete these at Year 10, Year 11, and Year 12. In Year 10, it's important that you do it because if you want to change your subject mid-semester, you will not be eligible to do so unless you have your CAPS plan and this project readily available with your to discuss with your the careers team and your house leaders. So if you're thinking, oh well, you know, I need to change my subject, if this isn't done, you won't even be considered. Okay, and remember, in order to be eligible to move forward into Year 11, you need a CAPS plan, 100%, no doubt about it. So there's no getting around this, guys. Let's start with the test. Yeah, it's the occupational search inventory test. Very similar, but not exactly the same as the Myers-Briggs. It's about personality. It's about what you like to do, and how that links to an occupation. So fill in your name, fill in your age, fill in the date of today, gender, and your job preference. You might have 10, you might have none. I want you to think of something that you're initially interested in. So when I was your age, not to sound like that old dude, but I wanted to be a meteorologist. Don't ask me why. Probably just sounded smart and I wanted to do it. So yeah. So I put that there. What you have to do is you're going to fill out and answer the following. So we have work activities. I want you to have a look and see if you are, or if you like, or you think you would like this activity. If you do think you'd like the activity, circle yes. If not, circle no. So repairing broken furniture, no way do I think that I'm good at it, or I would even think that I'd try to do it, so I circled no. Same as driving a bus. But painting houses, I painted my house before, I enjoyed it, I thought I was good at it, I circled yes. After that, you calculate how many yeses you've got. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I put 4 in the box. Now I do that for all of the work activities, and then I do the same for work skills. So work skills, do you believe that you could be good, or that you're good at this task, or so you could be, or you are. Same again. I think that I'm good at setting up a home system because I've done that before, and my home system works, so I put yes. There's 1 yes there. I do that for all of them, calculate it up, there's 4 yeses there, so on and so forth. Then, job preferences. Do I think that I'd enjoy doing the following jobs, or I am good at them? So yes, carpenter, I think I'd enjoy that, but I circled no for a lot of them. Again, yes, I put 1 there because there's 1 yes. Then, I go all the way down to personal abilities. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. So you need to rate how good you think you would be or are at each. So mending thing of your hands, I'll put a 1. Alright, put a 1 for the next one. This is where it gets tricky. When you add them up, so there's 1, 0, alright, so it's just 0. There's 3 1s here, so 3, and there's no 2, so 3 plus 0 equals 3. If we have a look, for example, right here, treating sick animals. I love my pet dogs. I put 2. I think I'd be good at it. And keeping fit, number 1, because I am a little bit chunky around the hips. So we have 1. It's not 1 plus 2 equals 3. It is 1 plus, I have 1, 2. So 1 plus 1 of those 2's equals 3. Okay, so 1 plus 2, which is 1 plus, yeah, so the 1 here, because there's only 1, 2 in the column, equals 3. I'll explain that again for this one. So we have 1 for understanding modern art, 0, so we don't count that, and 1, so that's 2. So 2 plus, and I only have one of those 2's again, so 2 plus 1 is 3. Alright? Once you've done that, guys, you need to go back through and calculate all of your yeses. So if we have a look, we have work activities, we need to go to the T, okay, and we calculate, if we go all the way up to the top, so for T we had four yeses, so we put that in the box, okay, where is it? So we put 4. For the N we had 4, it's best to work sideways, 3, 4, so on. Then, once we've filled all of them out, we calculate it downwards, so 4 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3 equals 9. Okay, once you've done all that, you need to identify the 3 highest. So C was my highest, O, which was my second highest, and E was my third highest. Okay, what that shows me, as you can see here, is that culture is something that's important to me. So human knowledge and wisdom is preserved and taught. That kind of makes sense because I'm a school teacher. So C was my highest. Then we have a look at O, organising, jobs associated with office work. As you can see, I work in a school. I do work in an office. Kind of makes sense again. And then we have E, and E is entertainment. So I like to think my classroom is a bit of a stage. I do like to create and perform for others. So they're not always accurate, but in this case, it's fairly accurate. OSI. So here we go. So C was my highest, I put the C here, O was my second highest, and E was my third highest. Alright, and we've identified what they mean. Now what I want you to do is I want you to jumble them up. So COE is the order, then I went CEO, I want you to change the letters around. EOC, I could go OEC, and I do it all for all 6 of them. Now, what you're going to do, once you've done that, is you're going to go over and you're going to click on the inventory code listing here, which is just below the test that you've completed. Alright, and that looks something like this. Alright, there's a lot of stuff in here. Now, remember, C, O, and E was my code. Alright, and their code's in 2, so I go through this booklet and I find C and O. Yeah, culture and organising were 2 things that identified that I could be good at. So, choreographer, company librarian, dancer, librarian, proofreader, tour guide, tourist information officer. Now, I don't think that I'm good at all of them, and I'm definitely not a dancer. You can just ask my partner that. So, I'd highlight things that I think that I'd be interested. So, librarian, being an English teacher, not exactly the same, but I like books. That's something that I can identify that perhaps that could be a career that I'd like to do. And then I add that to occupations to investigate. Now remember COE, we also had CE, author, maybe, composer, fitness instructor, literature and film critic. Something that I'd be interested in. So I'm going to put that down again in here. Remembering that you can explore any of these codes as long as you have the letters in there. So if it's C, if it's OE, if it's OC, then find that in here and fill in this document. And that'll identify areas for you to investigate, which will lead into your project. which is down here at the bottom. Your teachers will explain this further, but you'll be using your Moresby data and your results from these tests in order to complete this, okay? And once that is all done, everything needs to be uploaded to your Google Classroom, all right? It's imperative that it's on your Google Classroom under your name and no one else's, so that your teachers can mark you off for your assessment, and that when you do come to changing your subjects or even picking your subjects for next year, you'll get, or most of the time, you should get what you want. If you have any questions, please speak to your teachers, and feel free to come and have a chat in the Careers and Pathways office, or you'll find me in the House Leaders office, working from there in Term 1. I hope this helps, and good luck.